Hi, this is Nell. I'm doing a quick demo here of the Folia web platform. This can be accessed on a desktop computer or on a phone or other device that has browser capabilities. And this is just a very quick demo to show you some of the basic functions of the web app as of mid-June 2018. So these green questions here are treatment questions. The blue questions that you'll see are what we call outcomes questions. They are symptoms, problematic behaviors, measurements, and progress questions. So I'll just give you a quick example of how this works. So the bundles here allow multiple treatments to be tracked at the same time. So you can see that we can say all of these were done. You also have the ability to add additional information about, if, for instance, you had to change the time that Zopanex was taken today and actually was closer to 8 a.m., then you can do that here. You also have the ability to add a photo or other comments, and this is something that the users generally will only use once every couple of tracks, because it's not always necessary. Now we can say, only got some of these done. In the newer version of the app, we are adding the ability to give a why not. So if we were saying, well, CPT didn't happen today, once I marked items as done, you would see a modal come up and say, okay, why did you not complete CPT today, with a list of potential answers. And then let's just say that these were all done. Great. So now we've got record bowel movement. This is one of the track and detail items. So when you have a symptom, we have three different types of symptoms. We have track and detail, which takes you to a list of characteristic questions about the symptom. We have 1 to 10, which allows you to set a baseline for that symptom, severity 1 to 10, and then to update the severity on a daily basis. And then finally, there are yes/no questions like this question here. So we'll go to track and detail. You can just see that basically have the ability to answer a bunch of these multiple choice questions. It doesn't take very long. And then there are some unparameterized options at the end so that people can add additional information. So that's great. Something like this, same as usual, just tracks the same thing. Say yes, and then when they're complete, they get a little happy image here that everything has been completed. As you can see, this number updated. This is the points number that allows our users to gain points and earn rewards. Generally speaking, it's just a nice thank you for all of the work that they're doing to track and keep on top of everything that's going on. There's also a one-time track option where you can track something that does not usually happen. And then finally, you can add a routine. So let's say that you wanted to add a new medication that was added. So if it's a prescription medication, we ask people to enter their NDC number if they can find it. I don't have any NDC numbers memorized, but if this is an NDC number, maybe it is, probably it's not. It will come up there, but you can also search by the name. We just prefer that people use the NDC number for accuracy's sake. This is powered by the National Library of Medicine medication search. And then we also allow people to, so I'll just add, let's see, come up with something not too complex, and we'll call this Advil. This makes it easier for the user to remember what it is on a daily basis. They can call it whatever they want. They can call it purple pill if you wanted to. Additional instructions allows the user to give other people instructions on how to perform this treatment or treatment action. Medication refill date allows for the medication to be refilled. You'll receive an alert that will allow you to call the pharmacy. Let's say that this is just one pill because the dose is already contained in the medication that was selected. And then there are a couple different ways to set the schedule. So general times of day allows you to set the schedule here, and then you can, in settings, change the actual times that these correspond to. Custom times allows you to simply put the actual time in, and then at set intervals allows you to track every 4 days, every 6 days, whatever. So usually people pick one of the general times of day. You have a start date, so you can change the start date if you don't expect to start this medication until next week, but we'll, for the sake of argument, so you can see this come up, we'll keep it today. And then there is the expiration option in case this is something like an antibiotic that has only been prescribed for 10 or 14 days. And then we'll save that. And you'll see that you're taking the purple pill at 12 p.m. and that's something that we just started for today, so you could complete it right